Upbeat Communities is a charity based in Derby that has been working with refugees and asylum seekers since 2005. We work to welcome. We're about building community, building relationships with refugees and asylum seekers and the local community. We want to see strangers become neighbours. So we are passionate about welcome. We exist to help strangers become neighbours. We want to see local people connect with those newly arrived in the city who fled war and persecution. So we want to bring people together and build community. Refugees and those seeking asylum have had very difficult experiences, and the asylum system in the UK is set up to make things difficult for them as well. It's hard, there is a small amount of money they receive, the accommodation is poor. So actually people need support, people need practical help, but they also need friendship, welcome, community, belonging, and we want to offer that. Yeah, when we began, our first project was to run a community cafe in Normanton area of Derby. So that was around creating opportunities to bring people together, volunteer roles for refugees, employment for refugees as well. So we started with that. After a few years, we decided to move on from that and stop running the cafe, but continued some of the integration and community cohesion work that we've been doing. So small projects, little bits of funding to do things around Refugee Week. That gradually developed into new things. So Welcome Boxes has been one of our longest running projects, which is around befriending. So you're taking a welcome box to a newly arrived family and using that as an opportunity to welcome them and also to offer support and help with resettling in the city. And then most recently we've taken on the work of Syrian resettlement. So we work for Derbyshire County Council and councils in Lincolnshire. So we get to support families coming from refugee camps who are resettled in these locations, and we provide the support for that. The thing that excites me most about working with refugees is seeing them empowered to make a difference and contribute themselves to the communities that they've been welcomed into. So I love seeing people who come through, perhaps they don't know that much English, and then they're joining English classes and then perhaps other activities, and then start to volunteer with us, and then if they get their refugee status, they're able to move on and look for education or work and then contribute to the communities that they're part of. Yeah, the future for Upbeat is about continuing to do what we do well, keeping focused on making sure we provide the best support we can with the resources that we have, making sure we get to welcome as many people as possible and help connect them into community. I think it's seeing what gaps there are in provision, both in this city and in other places, and seeing what needs to be done. So we're particularly interested in things around mentoring and employment, so people who've got their refugee status but need support. And then listening to the voice of refugees and making sure we hear what they're saying to us about our current services or about things that they think are needs going forward.